Today we're going to talk about pain caused by driving, and I'm going to concentrate on left hip problems caused by driving. Let's talk about the driving. Nowadays we all mainly drive automatic, so we just push with the right leg. So here's what's happening. As we push with the right foot, the body automatically does this movement. In fact, a lot of us will put the left leg up as we are driving. When we push with the right foot, this entire movement happens in the hip, just like a karate kick. This one is a pull, the other one is a push. So certain muscles in the left side get tight that we won't even think it's caused by the driving. The muscle psoas in here, it's a hip flexor, gets tight. And then the back of the glute muscles up here get tight, called gluteus minimus fibers. And here's what that does to the hip. It takes the head of the femur in the hip socket joint up and back, so the hip gets stuck. In fact, my next client coming in is having similar issues just like this on his left hip while he's coming for right knee issues. So, and he drives 3-4 hours a day. What do we do for this? I'm going to go ahead and put a series of several stretches that you can do to unwind the left hip tension. In fact, also the left SI joint tension because of driving. I'm going to first do the quad stretch. Again, laying down on the side of your bed, you can do this. You're going to put a belt to the ankle and pull the ankle towards you. Okay. In fact, let me go ahead and do that with my own belt quickly. You can just use a suit belt. Put the belt to the ankle. Loop it onto the ankle tight so it does not slide down. Lay down on the, hopefully tall enough leg. The other leg has to be forward in front of you. And pull the leg back. Be careful of straining the hamstring in here. It might spasm. If it does, back up and then do it again. So I'm first stretching the quad. And of course, I'm going to follow up the quad stretch with the release of the same fibers where I felt the stretch. Second, I'm going to do the front of the hip stretch. I squeeze the glutes, take the hips forward, the pubis forward. I'm going to follow this stretch with the rolling of the front of the hip musculature and wherever you felt it. And that's going to be with a soft ball. You could even use a soft basketball, not overly blown, not too hard. So I'm going to release the stomach, the hips, the groin, and wherever you felt right during the stretch. The third stretch I'm going to do for this is the what's called the gluteal stretch, the piriformis stretch, but I call this the hip external rotation stretch, because this actually targets the back of the hip capsule, what's called the posterior hip capsule. So I'm going to cross my leg over. This is specially designed to unwind the hip capsule and elongate the hip. Bring the femoral head back down. So I'm going to cross my leg over, but the shin, not the ankle, so as to have my knee in front of me, in front of my hip, square. I'm going to push down on the knee, pull up on the ankle. You should not feel this in the groin. Again, you should not feel this in the groin. If you do, go back and release the groin on the rollers. You should not feel this on the knee. You should only feel it in the glute. So if you do feel it on the knee or the groin, go ahead and release the groin and the knee with the roller. I assume you have a roller, guys. All of you should be having a roller. You should have a roller. Roll every evening or every morning and teach your kids how to roll as well, because they need to learn rolling just like they're learning to brush their teeth and take their showers, or else they're gonna end up in pain. So we want to create a generation that's pain-free, and we can do that within one generation, within 20 years, all of us being pain-free. No longer seeing 70-year-old women facing hip surgery. That's possible to do within one generation. I'm going to release the glutes as well, because I felt it correctly. I felt it on the glute. The last two stretches I'm quickly going to do is the inner thigh stretch and the hamstring stretch. I'm sorry I'm with slacks. I would prefer to be in full workout outfit. So this is an easy way to do the inner thigh stretch. You can just put your leg up, again on the bed, and I'm squatting down with the other leg. I'm gonna feel it nice in the inner thigh, all the way to the groin. Again, I would release this. Release this with the leg off the table. Just like that, you can release a lot of the groin. And the inner thigh and the groin muscles are very important to release and do body work on. Very few body workers really go into the inner thighs, into the armpits that need to be released. Lastly, I'm going to do a gentle hamstring stretch again. Arch the back, stick the butt out, extend the knee. That's it. Next time I will talk about right hip piriformis pain associated with driving. Because on the left side we get back pain, but on the right side with driving we get sciatic issues because that quad and that piriformis and that calf overwork. Share, guys. Thank you very much for sharing and liking. Do the exercises. Let me know how it worked. Let me know what I can post. Do you have any aches and pains I can make specific videos for? Let me know.